KPR 101, Utah's rock station, Mickey Now on the Freak Show. It's time now for Freak Show Sports with DP. DP, we're at the Pigskin. We're at the Pigskin Pick'ems part of the show where we need to make our picks. Now, we did pick New England last night. We start off the week with a win.
Yes, and good morning before we get started.
Yeah, way to go out on a limb.
Yeah, thanks. Well, you know what? It almost was going out on a limb the way they played.
Well, it's the ugliness of Jets football, and it's kind of how it plays out. They always kind of make it look ugly for Tom until they find a way to shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. At the end of the game, had a great drive put together, and then throw an interception. Well,
I mean, it's one of those. That's one of those games where, and I'm becoming a fan of Geno Smith. I think sadly, all the quarterback problems in New York may in fact be from the coordinator and the head coach. I don't think you can't ask young quarterbacks. And think about it. They had Tebow, they had Sanchez, they have Geno Smith, and they've all kind of struggled. I thought immediately that the problem with the New York Jets and their quarterback system are the coaches. I don't think it's the players. The players have all had something, all number one picks, and some reason the Jets find a way to ask them to do things that just aren't productive for young quarterbacks.
And I got to ask you, while we're talking about this, do you think that Tebow would be enhancing or ruining his career if he accepted that 3-year deal to play in the Arena Football League with the Los Angeles Kiss?
I don't know. I think that's kind of under what Tebow should be doing. Look, I'm applauding the guy standing firm and saying that I believe I'm an NFL quarterback. He's still got a winning record as an NFL quarterback, which not everybody can say.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, a lot of the coaches that are criticizing him have more losses percentage-wise than Tebow does. So, for whatever reason, he's out of the league. I think I'm okay with him saying, no, I've got enough money, I've got a life enough. I'm cool until another NFL gig shows up.
Okay, and that's what I was thinking. Because I was thinking, man, if he gets out and accepts a job in a lesser league, he could be finished forever playing. Although a
lot of guys have come back.
A lot of guys have played in the league, and they're back up playing for the NFL right now.
I agree with DP though. I think there's coaches are just too dumb to see the talent that they have. And if it doesn't fit into their set scheme of what they think, they can't look outside the box and make something else work.
Yeah. And coaches ruin players all the time, no matter sport.
Think about it this way, guys. If the Jets had left, again, if you had Tebow in and you got rid of him for Sanchez and some other unknown non-winning quarterbacks, and if you had kept Tebow in that situation, do you think you'd be worse off than you were? I mean,
no.
It's hilarious to me that the Jets, of all teams, who Sanchez is hurt, his year's done, probably his career's done. If you were legitimate in trying to win, wouldn't you, in fact, bring back Tebow?
Bring back a winner?
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah, how about that?
Well, as we get ready for this weekend, let's go through some picks here real fast. We've got St. Louis 1-0 against Atlanta, 0-1 in Atlanta.
Atlanta all the way. Look, and I still think that people forget how close Atlanta was to going to Super Bowl and how good this team was a year ago. And they got better adding Steven Jackson and Matt Ryan getting another year. They're going to ride forward with the mantra of getting Tony Gonzalez that ring. And great teams, and this is a great team with additional motivation. Let's say Ray Lewis retiring as well, tend to find a way to make something great happen.
Yep, I agree. We got 0-1s, Carolina at Buffalo.
Carolina looked really good in what they did last week against Seattle. Cam Newton did everything except for sell popcorn for them. I think they go into Buffalo and win big.
I was going to say Buffalo looked surprisingly good last week too, though.
Yeah, but if I'm going to bet E.J. Emanuel versus Cam Newton, I'm going to take Cam Newton.
I am too.
All right, fair enough.
We got 0-1 against 1-0, Minnesota at Chicago.
Mick, cover your ears.
Uh-oh.
I don't know that Adrian Peterson can throw for 300 yards because that's the only way Minnesota beats you. Look, I like everything about Minnesota except Christian Ponder.
Yeah, me too. And the sad thing about being a Minnesota fan is the quarterback situation for the past 30 years has just been a nightmare in Minnesota. They'll get a quarterback that'll come out and have one good
word
year.
To you that would and I guarantee you would resolve all of the problems in Minnesota.
What would?
Tebow.
Tebow?
Yep.
I don't know. When you say that, I just don't feel it.
Option run with Peterson? You kidding me?
He cannot throw worse than Ponder.
True. You know what? True. Well, now close your ears. Washington at Green Bay.
Uh-oh.
I'm not. That last Monday night was an interesting week for me. Was an interesting game for me, and I thought, okay, I kind of expected Griffin to be rusty, so I wasn't that put off by it. Above anything else, you kind of surprised that the defense did what they did. I like the practice week that Washington's had. I'm okay with picking Washington in Green Bay because I'm not sure that Clay Matthews is going to do the things that he needs to do against a mobile quarterback.
Okay, here's my question. Do you think RG3's healthy? He couldn't plant on his left foot. It looked like he was throwing off his back foot the whole game, and I don't want him to get hurt.
He's healthy. The guy's an alien. I don't think he's human, and I think his ability to going forward is going to be everything. I think they take a few of the shackles off his game this week and let him play like RG3.
On the K-Bear Pigskin Pick'ems, we've got Miami at Indianapolis, and 90% of the players are picking Indianapolis, and I don't know why.
I agree. I am picking Miami. I like their defense. I love how they fly the ball. I'm not in love with Tannehill, but I think they've got enough to shake things up in Indy.
We've got a 50-50 split here. Dallas at Kansas City, both 1-0.
I'm going to let my inner DC kid show up. And because I'm going to root so passionately for the Kansas City Chiefs, I'm going to go ahead and pick them.
Me too. Alan, you cool with that?
Absolutely.
Okay. We got Cleveland at Baltimore, both 0-1. 96% of the pickers take Baltimore.
Yeah.
This is going to be an angry Baltimore team. And sadly, Cleveland is they're the guys that were invited into Gladiators Forum, not knowing that Gladiator was pissed off. This could get ugly.
Our ignorance may be stepping up. Tennessee at Houston. For some reason, we seem to never pick Tennessee.
But Houston's really good.
Yeah. Houston is a Super Bowl contender, and so that for me is an easy pick.
Is Michael Vick a real good quarterback? We got San Diego at Philadelphia. San Diego did not look that bad,
but they did exactly what they usually do: implode.
Rivers that we're talking about.
Rivers is a weird quarterback. He can be really good. He can be one of the best quarterbacks that the league's ever had for 5 seconds, and then turn into just goofball guy.
Yeah, and that would be the difference. That building is going to be on fire because of their performance Monday night. And I don't know that defensively San Diego has enough weapons to shut down that Philly offense.
Detroit. And I was going to say, and the Philly offense was awesome till Vic sprained his ankle or whatever he did. But if he's healthy, that offense was amazing.
Season. If they stay healthy, they're going to be a factor. If an injury, if you lose one of the three, and whether it's Deshaun Jackson, Vic, or McCoy, one of those three going down changes the game for everybody.
Right, true.
Contender or pretender, Detroit and Arizona.
I'm going to say
can they both lose?
Contender for both, but I don't think either are going to make it because the teams around them are actually better. I like what Arizona did in the offseason. I mean, you get Honey Badger, and he goes in and adds a factor to them. Stafford and Megatron are still a force. I don't like their running game or their defense enough to pick them.
So Arizona.
Yeah, I pick Arizona.
I think he picked no one.
Yeah, he did. New Orleans at Tampa Bay.
Two girls late in the night at the bar.
Tampa Bay is another one of those teams, Alan, that we just never pick.
Yeah, but they're playing New Orleans once again.
And they're in Tampa Bay, New Orleans.
By the way, did you hear in Louisiana, MMA, female MMA, well, I guess any MMA fighter can't have a boob job anymore.
So girls that have already had boob jobs, do they have to have
They
them
can't
removed?
fight.
or have them removed.
Yeah, and dudes with boob
or
jobs.
have them removed. Well, I think it's just a way. I mean, you're paying attention to the wrong part of the women. Well, I mean, I think if it's MMA, you better check their heart, bro.
Yeah, I'm with you.